The World Bank and Committee 300 cut off from the right of disposal and from money. All issues based on historical assets have been nullified with the aim of creation of the new financial system. Transition to the gold standard and new economic system built up on the new underlying rules has begun. The basis will be formed by the 3 reserve currencies backed by gold. Historical accounts held in all banks all over the world are verified and the new banking system is ready to be launched. After the game of gods and creation of the new era, the golden treasure of Ra can serve the mankind. Exclusive footage showing assignment and handover of the rights at the top sacral level to all global assets to their owners by lineage to Slavs. For the first time we will introduce to the public the lineage of protectors of all assets in the world. The Soviet Union as a sovereign has been fully restored. Entire elite, also that hidden at the backstage, has accepted and recognized restoring of the Soviet Union. It has been in existence all the time and now it's back as a national sovereign state. Governmental bank of the Soviet Union, so-called Gosbank, is restored and filled with assets. The emission of rubles as the new reserve currency and new patented banknotes are ready to be put into circulation. The new central bank for the whole world, the Hospitaller Bank, has its headquarters in Bratislava. All governments are informed about the activation of accounts and the change of financial system and what they have to do if they want to have funding for their nations. It sounds like a fairy tale. But the time of the Slavs is coming and with us the new era is coming. We are going to put things in order and no one can change that. The game of parasites is over forever. They are left without rights, power and in despair. The mass media still playing their game. The actors continue acting their roles. But what awaits them if they don't give up? In these few minutes you will get the answer. We will show you the facts and the real genuine documents. It is time to wake up and it is time to act. The golden era has just begun.
Your son Rizal Salamin to celebrate of the justices in the whole world, the spiritual Spanish judge in the whole world. Justice Hubito Hugohobi. Today, Alexander Paramonog, all officers present today in my office in Moscow, Russia. Thank you, Alexander Paramonog. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Alexander Paramonog, your son, Rizal Salamin.
Hi, my son, Salamin Rizal, how are you? Alright, document accept. Very good. Thank you, I love you. Bye.
It took more than 1,000 years, the Valley of Sands, Philippine Islands, a place protected by the supreme powers. White spiritual boy, Salamin Rizal, protector of the sacred golden treasure of our ancestors, handing over everything to the Slavs by historical exclusivity. White spiritual boy, the spiritual father of Salamin Rizal, Alexander Nikolaevich Paramonov, according to the plans as the 13th, tears the vicious circle, opens the current of evolution and liberates. The game of the gods, which has lasted 1.5 billion years, has come to an end. The last era lasted 2,000 years. In the presence of Creator Ra, his son of God Ra, the new era begins. Its creator is Salamin Rizal, as descendant of the god Salim, Solomon, whom the creator Ra left in charge of everything and empowered him to hide to the treasure of the Ra from the parasites during the most sorrowful 1,000-year period of darkness of the night of Svarog. Gold is an accumulator of the energy. Unlike the gold used during the dark period, which was carried and imbued with crooked parasitic energies, the gold left to us by our ancestors is stored in vaults at the great depths, secured by unprecedented technologies, not even seen here before, and charged with the speech of God, the divine vibrations of creation. That is why it is called the Ra treasure. The time has come for the gods returning to the earth to find this treasure, and the world has been filled with the golden ratio structure, and that is the creation. Billions of tons of gold are kept on account, and no parasite can oppose it. The hellish world has been destroyed, and the earth is clean, and thus the Son has handed over everything to the Father. The new golden era has begun. The White Spiritual Boy Corporation has always been the owner and ultimate beneficiary of all the assets of all the sacral gold in the world, and the owner of all the sacral accounts upon which the financial system was built. The treasure has always belonged to the Surs, the Russians, who in the period of the night of Svarog called themselves Russians, and during the day of Svarog, Surs, the descendants of the gods. The whole history is 100% distorted. In the last 1,000 years, the parasites have managed to destroy 4 civilizations. We are the 5th, as witnessed by a lot of piece of evidence. Slavism is a knowledge, glorifying the yin and yang, the systems of the celestial and terrestrial streams as the image and the likeness of the Supreme. They turned everything upside down. They made Veles a devil, Stalin a murderer. I will set an example. The triangle with the eye, which is depicted on the White Spiritual Boy contracts, is a Mother Earth system, the Yin system. The eye represents the eye of Ra. The correct, complete symbol is the multidimensional Merkaba. The 2 triangles, the celestial and terrestrial streams of the image, the likeness of the Supreme. During the difficult period of darkness, one of the White Spiritual Boy sub-accounts was controlled by Richard Grevet, the Satan himself, living on the earth. He built his crooked trust system on these assets in 1302. The millennial divine trust became the foundation of the world order, the result of which we are experiencing firsthand today. Inside the millennial trust there were agreements governing issuing money, 300-year, 100-year, 72-year, and 25-year. These have governed our society for nearly 1,000 years. Vatican as a treasury, the Jesuits as the ministers of the economy, the Jews as the banker managers, and other secret organizations, and the banker families of the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Baruchs, who were never account holders, but just pure managers. Roman military law and the title of sovereign, which in this law means untouchable, also appeared in this period, 1,000 years ago, before the Dark Ages, when our ancestors won one of the wars. The order of the Supreme Sovereign, the order of Saint John of Jerusalem, was established. The order of the Hospitallers, the highest sovereign on the earth. The historical order of the Russians, the Surs, who bestowed sovereigns even on the royal families. The foundation of the victory in battle, assets and rights of the sovereign was given by Ivan the Terrible, who united the whole world in 3 kingdoms: Russia the Byzantine throne, the Russia British throne, and the Russia Persian throne. Whenever the trusts ended, every 100 years, wars and epidemics were unleashed. Another important period was the transfer of rights to the Soviet Union, the victory of the Bolsheviks over the foreign Mensheviks, and the 1936 constitution based on the so-called Kopne law. The struggle for sovereign status and assets culminated in the World War II and millions of casualties. Back in 1943, the winner, Stalin, was therefore able to sign in Tehran the trust entitled New World Order for the period of 72 years. He did the right thing, outwitting everyone and gradually redeeming the Soviet people from Roman slavery. The Bretton Woods Agreement, incidentally, also built on the White Spiritual Boy assets he participated in, however, were not binding upon him. The parasites did not give up, and with the Washington Conventions, The change of the constitution in 1977 and finally the coup in 1991 under the Vlasov occupation flag, they continued to steal Soviet assets. The International Monetary Fund, for example, operated on the Soviet Union accounts. Their own agreements caught up with them and the game was over. Richard Grevet, the one they all served, is dead. His death in 2006 ended all trusts. He admitted his defeat as he could not eradicate faith, hope, love, goodness, conscience, honor, justice, selflessness, and mercy in the souls of the Soviet people. According to his will and testament, 85% belongs to the Soviet Union and 15% to the British Queen, who oversees the execution of the will and testament. It is impossible to negotiate with the Gravitian Control Group, to beg forgiveness. They are merciless. Anyone who fails to fulfill the will faces the incarnation, the irrevocable destruction of the soul, the spirit of the essence. Everyone should rather start thinking. Rome does not pay traitors. The game is over. The parasitic games of war and revolution are over. The golden era has begun. It is now important that order prevails. By merging all the white spiritual boy account and sub-account and transferring them to M1, the Treasury has become the owner and ultimate beneficiary of everything. The entire financial system, all the money in the world, all the assets, dollar, euro, any issue. Without M1, nobody can do anything. There is just one temple, and it always has been, and always will be. The treasure of our ancestors, that are the billions of tons put into the system by a special international commission. M1 is a duly registered financial organization with the United Nations. However, the Казна Tворца РА fund, registered with the Ministry of Justice of Russian Federation and the Soviet Union, was the first to be established, as evidenced by the decree of the National Military Council, as an assignee of the right of the Soviet Union. Then we have restored the Light Grade Russia, a cooperative society on the platform of international law, the basis of which is the society. The cooperative is not bound to a territory and its population is its shareholders' members. Under international law, it is sovereign and can be located in any territory. No state has the right to refuse registration of our activities. We do not need embassies, we are independent, we are not subject to taxation, which all the family clans and other big companies have taken advantage of. Then the M1 Treasury was created and the father-son meeting came. The father came down to the son and said to him, "I am in this man, give everything to him, he will do everything for the world." Thus, the global financial institution has been created, which has no limits, no restrictions. We can accept anybody, even the whole galaxy. On the basis of this, the state authorities of China have become our shareholders, and there are still more of them coming. After the assignment of the rights, accounts in all the banks of the world started to be activated. White Spiritual Boy is the owner and financial beneficiary of accounts in the Central Bank of the Russian Federation, the Fed, accounts in the Bank of America, Bank of Rothschild, in all other banks of the world, for example in Austria, Bavag Bank, Erste Bank, Volksbank, etc., and all accounts in 172 countries of the world. In order to lead the world out of the crisis and avoid war, M1 issued Resolution Number 1 on April 7, 2020, which speaks clearly about the three reserve currencies, the golden ruble, the golden dollar, and the golden EQ. In accordance with this resolution, M1 issued a reserve currency issue, the golden Soviet ruble, and handed it over to Gosbank of the Soviet Union, which is fully restored. The patented new banknotes are the evidence witnessing about this. By having cancelled the accounts and nullifying the historical assets in order to build a completely new financial system by virtue of the fourth M1 resolution. By having made this step, also 5 million tons of Soviet gold has been cleansed. We do not care how much was taken and stolen. We blocked everything. And that is why we increased this gold by additional 5 million tons to begin with, thereby respecting the trust agreements and sovereign Soviet Union, which is fully restored in the United Nations, of which everyone has been informed. The recognition of the Soviet Union by the world elite will soon be shown in the public world. The procedures on how to take the legal steps to restore the Soviet Union passport are publicly available. M1 has established a new central bank for the whole world. The Bank of Hospitallers, headquartered in Bratislava, is ready to be launched. Resolution number 6. M1 issued treasury bills and the world currency XAU gold. Resolution number 7, which clearly states that M1 is a key organization for discussion in international circles. On 29th of October 2021, we have shut down the parasites for good. M1 and the White Spiritual Boy Corporation removed all assets and control of the accounts from the World Bank and the Committee 300, which was using a part of the White Spiritual Boy account named the Wonder Boy account. The World Bank is an empty virtual bank. The metrics of accounts stays with us. All the codes are with us. They can't do anything anymore. They have no access. We have taken away their rights and the artificial intelligence is blocking them. All accounts will be renamed to M1. They will not be increasing or decreasing. It's simply a memorial that gives energy, and light emissions will be made based on that. Everything is ready. The servers are plugged in. All the documents are going to the banks. The transition to the new banking system has begun. Resolution number 8, based on the cooperation between M1 and the top Chinese officials. An agreement was reached to declare a freely convertible currency, the Golden Yuan, gold renminbi. Resolution number 9. It responds to the financial and economic situation and the systemic crisis in the world, on the basis of which fundamental decisions were taken to ban all highly profitable financial and PPP programs, which will henceforth be regulated by M1. On November 11, 2021, an information letter was sent to all world leaders instructing them on what terms they can finance their projects and what they can do for their nation. On November 24th, letters were sent to all heads of state, all banks, national banks, information about the change in the financial system and the activation of accounts. To give an example, to the President of the Russian Federation, Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin, to the Prime Minister of the Russian Federation, Mishustin, to the Chairman of the Central Bank of the Russian Federation, Nabulina, to the President of the Slovak Republic, Chaputova, to the Prime Minister of the Slovak Republic, Heger, to the National Bank of Slovakia, to the President of Czech Republic, Zeman, simply to the leaders of the world. We are waiting. It is time to tell the nation. M1 is the sole regulator of the financial system. We are about to take a giant leap. A special program of infinite, unlimited finance, backed by gold, will propel humanity into a new epoch of development. You will get to know everything in time, exclusively on the channel. A 1,000 years of lies, genocide, suffering and war. The time has come to wake up. For our children, our families, our nation. Let us remember the right values. Spiritual, moral, love, loved ones, family. We were born now to act, to change everything. God looks at us and trusts us. We don't have to jump in front of the bullets like our ancestors. They won it for us. We have everything. There are no dark worlds anymore. There is no force that can stop us. All you have to do is organize, create, connect. We are the Slavs. We bring a culture of coexistence. We'll bring the earth into a new era. The whole world trusts us. Soviet nation, wake up. We have already started. Slovakia, Czech Republic. Hungary, the time has come for our rules. The time for of truth, time of justice, time of conscience, time of harmony, time of creation.